Please welcome to the stage Senior Engineering Manager Suhas Gaikwad and Product Manager Giridhar Chakravarthi.
Reliability, agility, and security. We are on a mission to speed up your workflows. Hello everyone, I'm Giridhar, a product manager here at Postman. Along with Suhas, we're excited to share with you how you can speed up your workflows in Postman. Postman, as you know from this keynote, can do much more than sending requests and receiving responses. In this talk, we are going to dive a little bit deep and see what's more in store. This talk is all about scripts and secrets. Let's start with scripts. You can add dynamic behavior to your API requests and collections with scripts. Scripts are written in JavaScript. You can specify the scripts either run before running the request or after you receive the response. Pre-request scripts are run before sending the request, and post-response scripts are sent after receiving the response. Pre-request scripts are used to interact with your request before the request is sent. So you can typically use it to validate and mutate requests before they are sent. You can also create conditional workflows with pre-request scripts. Post-response scripts, on the other hand, are a bit more interesting. Now that you have the response with you, you can do a lot more, like bringing your API data to life with visualizers, automating workflows, and improving the reliability of your API with tests and assertions. Let's see some of these in detail. Let's start with visualizers. Visualizers bring your data to life. I have here with me an API that returns the earthquake data of the last week of 2023. As you can see, the API response is a lot more detailed and it's hard to comprehend what's going on here. There are around 1,000 data points and it's hard for anyone to actually comprehend what is happening in the last week of 2023. So let's do one thing. Let's map this out with the visualizer. Visualizer is a function in the Postman sandbox. And the Postman sandbox functions are prefixed with a PM object. So you can set a visualizer with pm.visualizer.set, and it takes in 3 parameters. The first parameter is a HTML template, which is a handlebar template where you can draw out the HTML. The second parameter is the data parameter with which you feed in the data for the HTML template to render on the screen. It takes a third optional parameter, which is the title of the visualizer. Now let's see an example of bringing the earthquake data to life using visualizers. As you can see, I have written down a visualizer, probably by myself and not Postbot. But what we have here is, we want to plot this, of course not on a bar chart, right? So we want to plot this on an interactive map. So what I've done here is I've set the pm.visualizer and I've parsed the data for the interesting information alone. I'm going to send this request. And as you can see, the API response is well rendered here. But we want to visualize this, right? So you go to the Visualizer tab, and you can see it's plotted neatly on a world map. And you can zoom in. I'm zooming in to the state of California to see the earthquakes in the last week of 2023. Now, take a step back and see what you need to do for this to actually, build an application. You need this API. You need to build a front-end application, deploy it, and share it with your teammates to actually consume this in this form. With Postman, all you need to do is write this visualizer, save it in your collection, and all your teammates can experience this API in this form using Postman. Isn't this much better way to consume an API than a boring JSON? You can do more with post-response scripts. You can automate your workflows with post-response scripts. Now, Postman offers a variety of handy functions through which you can do this. In this case, I'm filtering down the interesting earthquakes that I find and I want to analyze later on. For this, I'm taking an example and filtering it out on 7 on the Richter scale. I'm saving all these earthquakes in a collection variable, and I'm sending myself a message on Slack using the pm.send request to take this filtered response and sending it to myself. And I'm setting the next request to analyze these earthquakes. This is one way you can automate, but this opens a variety of opportunities for you. Post-response scripts also help you improve the reliability of your APIs by writing tests and assertions. You can validate your response by writing proper assertions. In this case, I'm validating if the response has an array, and I'm ensuring if the array is non-zero. You can also do handy health checks on your API. Postman gives you functions, as you saw probably on the keynote from Dustin's demo, that you can check for status code and response times. Status code makes us sure that we are getting the right status code, and checking for response times ensure that your APIs are always performant. You can do all this or just ask Postbot. In this case, I'm asking Postbot to check for specific keys on my response. I'm checking for tsunami, magnitude, time and place of the earthquake, and ensuring that all these responses that I get from this API have this data. And Postbot writes it for me. Once you execute your request, your tests run along with your request. And you see your tests in the Tests tab on the Response section. As you can see, 2 of my tests are passing, but my API is not performant as much as I want it to be. I've tested for 500 ms, but it's taking more than a second, which is not ideal. I'll go back and fix this. As you write more scripts, you tend to repeat in multiple places. And as any good developer would do, you'd want to abstract this into a common package and use it all the places across collections and workspaces. To make this easy, we're introducing the package library. Package library is a managed code repository for you and your teammates to share and reuse scripts. It is super easy to create a package. Let's see with an example. I have with me here a random string function that I use to generate random strings for my authorization tokens. Now, I use this across many places. Now, this is a recipe for disaster because any change I want to do in this function means that I need to copy paste this change in many places, and it makes things worse if you're using this function across workspaces. So let's do one thing. Let's encapsulate this into a package. To do that, I'm going to select this function and add it to a package in the right-hand pane. I'm going to create a new package, and I'm going to give the package a name. Let's call this string utils for now. I'm going to export this function using the familiar module.exports that you use in JavaScript. Once I've exported the function, I'm going to create that package. Your package is now created. Now, creating a package is only half job done. You need to use this package across places. Now, let's see an example on how we can use this package. Thank you. I guess. To use this package, you need to import it onto your scripts. To do that, let's remove the function that we have written across multiple places first. And you can either type in your package name or just select your package on the right-hand side. Now that your package is imported, your package works as any other JavaScript object. You can invoke functions that are exported in the package using module.export, and all your documentation and any other thing is automatically available. Because packages are referenced, any change that you want to make has to be made in just one place. That's the package library. Making it easy to maintain and improving your reliability across all your scripts in just one place. The best part about package library is it's available to your whole team. Package library sits at a team level, and you can use it across workspaces, collections, and API requests by just importing them. Package library is available with the latest version of Postman across all plans. Package library is also compatible with monitors, runner, Postman Flow, and Postman CLI. That's package library and how you and your teammates can share and reuse scripts. Scripts are supercharged when they are automated. And Postman offers you a variety of options to choose from depending on your use case. You can start with the runner when you want to run your collections and API requests in sequence on your local machine, schedule runs to schedule your tests and workflows on the cloud, and Postman CLI to do all of that both in your local systems and your CI/CD pipelines. Let's see how we can use that with a simple example. I have with me here an e-commerce workflow, and I want to simulate a typical user journey. A typical user journey would look something like this. You get a list of products from the store, you check for offers, perform some filters, and you add that product to the cart. Now to do that, I have all these API ready, packaged neatly in a collection. Now let's run this to simulate that workflow. Once I hit on run, I can choose the run order in which those requests needs to be sent. I'm going to arrange them in the way that user would typically do this. I can also specify other run configuration, such as the number of iterations and the run delay. Once I start the run, collection runner is going to send all the API requests in sequence. As the requests run, the pre-request scripts and the post-response scripts along with the requests also run. In my case, I have written API test assertions in each of these APIs so that you can see my test results in runner. Once the run completes, this test report is automatically accessible and collaborative with my whole team. If I wish to automate this process, I can schedule this run. To do that, I go to the scheduled runs section and specify the time and the frequency in which this needs to run. As you can see, I've started off with running it every minute and later changed it to every day. And as it runs, you can see the results on your Postman screens along with the tests that it has run. As you can see, there are 2 errors that happened around the time 8:58 a.m. and I fixed it at 9. That's how you can make your APIs better with scheduled runs. To take this to the next level, I would love to integrate this to my development pipeline. Meaning, I want this automation test to run every time I push code into my main branch. And while I make any changes, I don't want my existing tests to break. To do that, I'll use the Postman CLI, which comes in handy, and integrate it with my CI/CD pipelines. And Postman CLI gives you a beautiful test report, as you can see on the screen, which shows all the tests that ran along with the results. That's scripts and automation in Postman. Together, they make your APIs reliable and your workflows agile. As a bonus, we also learned how to collaborate better with the package library and reuse scripts. That's it from me. Please catch me on the Continental Ballroom 2 to learn more about scripts and package library along with my team who has built it. To learn more about security, I want to invite my colleague Suhas.
Thank you, Giridhar. Hello, everyone. I am Suhas, Senior Engineering Manager at Postman. Have you ever spent your time looking for your API key buried somewhere in Postman workspace? Juggling with credentials across workspace is a common problem. What if there is a central way to manage your secrets in the Postman? Introducing Postman Vault. Postman Vault is central, secure, local store for your secrets in Postman. With Postman Vault, you can securely store variety of secrets, including API keys, access token, username, passwords, and you can use them in HTTP requests and collections. Let's talk about the benefits that you will get along with the Postman Vault. Postman Vault will boost security and productivity with centralized storage, so you don't have to focus on credentials management. The Postman Vaults enable you to reuse your vault secrets across workspaces. And most important, Postman Vault is only accessible for you, and other users in your team will not able to access them. To access Postman Vault, you can click on the Postman Vault icon in the applications footer. Also, you can able to use the keyboard shortcut as Ctrl-Shift-V. Let's see Postman Vault in action. Let's go ahead and click on the Vault icon to access the Vault. For first time, you have to go ahead and you have to do the setup part. To set up the Vault, let's click on the Setup Vault button. You will get unique vault key for your account. This vault key will be used to generate unique encryption key for secrets that are getting stored in your vault. Let's open the vault and store Postman API key in this Postman Vault. We are adding the value, and let's go ahead and use it in one of the HTTP requests. So clicking on the one of the collection, Postman API, getting into the authentication section, and replacing the variable with vault secret. To reference the vault secret, you can use the syntax as vault : and then secret name. Let's go ahead and send the request. After sending request, we will get 200 OK. Yeah. So yeah, that means like we were able to fetch secrets stored in the Postman Vault, and we were able to use in one of our HTTP request and collection. At Postman, we know security is very important. We have implemented several security measures to protect your secrets in the Postman Vault. Let's talk about that. Secrets stored in the Postman Vault are always local and not synced with Postman Cloud. Secrets stored in the Postman Vault are encrypted before getting stored at rest. We utilize zero-knowledge encryption to make sure that only you have access to your secrets in your Postman Vault. You can allow and restrict access to the vault secrets by selecting or deselecting them, giving you the granular access control. In this screenshot, you can see you have deselected the API key. That means that this API key will not be accessible during the runtime. Next one is automatic masking. By default, vault secrets logged in the Postman console are masked to prevent accidental secret disclosure. In this example, you can see we have reference API key in authentication section, and in the Postman console, it is getting masked automatically. We have also given the setting through that you can able to enable and disable automatic masking. You can access that setting from the vault setting section. Next one is domain locking. You can also choose to use vault secret only with specific domain and subdomain, limiting its use from other domains and preventing unwanted exposure. This is the example. Here you can see for API key, we have specified allowed domain as api.getpostman.com. That means only api.getpostman.com can able to access secret value for API key. Here is the code that we got from one of the happy customer who used the Postman Vault for some time. He says, with Postman Vault, the assurance of data privacy is in your hands. Secure, simple, and user-focused. That's all on the Postman Vault. We have one more feature in our store that will help you to streamline your API development workflow and enhance security. Some of you requested a feature to fetch the secret from third-party vault directly in Postman. We heard your feedback and we built the feature to integrate Postman with leading third-party vaults. So you don't have to copy and paste the secret from third-party vault into Postman. This update introduces seamless integration with leading third-party vaults, including AWS Secret Manager, Azure Key Vault, and HashiCorp Vault. We are releasing it for enterprise customers as add-on and available on Postman desktop application. So let's see this feature in action. To integrate AWS Secret Manager, you have to click on the settings of the vault, and let's click on the connect button. Let's enter AWS access key, AWS secret key, region. As my account has two-factor authentication enabled, I have to enter my MFA code, and we are done. We have connected AWS Secret Manager with my Postman account. Now let's go ahead and try to use one of the secrets stored in the AWS Secret Manager directly in the Postman request. So over here, I have added Postman API key as a secret and referencing the secret stored in the AWS Secret Manager, adding a domain to make sure that only this domain get access to the Postman API key stored in the AWS Secret Manager and using it in one of my requests. So going ahead, getting into the auth section and referencing to all secrets stored in my Postman vault, sending the request, and we got 200 OK. That means we were able to fetch the secrets stored in the third-party vault, AWS Secret Manager, directly in the Postman. As you know, like at Postman, we understand the importance of security, and we have implemented several security measures. The process of fetching the secret from third-party vault is end-to-end encrypted. The secret and authentication tokens that we got from third-party vault are always stored in the application's memory, and as soon as you close your application or you log out from your application, we clear it out. Along with this, you will get the other benefits that you are getting from the Postman vault. Example, automatic masking and domain locking. We received some great feedback from our user who have tried it out Azure Key Vault feature. Ashutosh from IKEA says, using Postman with Azure Key Vault saves us time, keeps our secrets safe. It's big win for our security. Additionally, we are pleased to announce that we are releasing 1Password integration in Postman Canary application. Do reach out to us if you wanted to try it out 1Password integration in Postman Canary application. Hope you will try Postman Vault and third-party vault integration feature to streamline your API development workflow and enhance security. Do reach out to Giridhar or me for any of your questions or feedback. Thank you.